Hi everyone, I'm Edyta Sitar from Laundry Basket Quilts. Welcome to Quilting Window Live. What an exciting episode we have for you today. Oh, we have so many wonderful quilts that I want to show you. And also I have 3 things that I wanted to talk to you about it today and get it right out there. So many wonderful comments, questions, and all this wonderful input that you have sent it to us. We're so thankful. So let's start with the mystery quilt. We will announce everything about the mystery quilt this Monday. So stay tuned, sign up for our newsletter at laundrybasketquilts.com website so you get the information, what fabric, what we're doing, and when we're starting. It is going to be spectacular. This mystery quilt is perfect for a beginner, advanced quilter, and anybody that want to join us. No limits there. This one will not have any applique. It's only going to be piecing, and I think you're gonna really enjoy. A little hint, there are nice little blocks that are gonna be made in this mystery quilt. Not miniature, not small, just small size blocks. I am so excited for you. I have worked on this for quite a while and prepare everything. I hope you join us in. So remember, Monday newsletter, we will announce all the informations, what fabric, what you need, what you can find it, everything that has to do with our mystery quilt, okay? So that's first. Second, we just add something special to our website. First time ever, I want to introduce to you something amazing. We have a brand new cut of fabric. This called souffle. If you love jelly rolls, if you love pre-cuts, you're gonna love a souffle. Souffle is a roll of strips, 4 inches by width of fabric. They are amazing for any fun project. Little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier, and we have 2 rolls. We have the one from Secret Star Stash Naturals, 40 strips, 2 of each fabric, super fun. This is only available through Laundry Basket Quilts, so go to our website. We have limited amount of those right now. You can go ahead and get your roll, and this is another beautiful souffle, and this one is done with our worm. We're going to have those from each of the collections from now on. They are just wonderful, and I have a great ideas for you what you can do with them as patterns. But come on, a 4-inch, you can cut it in half. You have 2-inch, you can do all different fun things. 4-inch squares, wonderful for 9 patches. Put them together, you have a beautiful quilt. Endless possibility. I cannot wait what you guys do with it, but I also want to share with you my ideas on those. Another wonderful thing that we just added, and I'm hiding behind the pillows, is 2 brand new natural rolls. Those are just a light rolls. We have a touch of pink and touch of blue. 40 strips, 2.5 by width of fabric with a tiny little pinks on the light backgrounds. I absolutely love it. Those are from any of my collections. They're beautiful, 40 pieces, great to go with any reds, any heartwarming, anything you want to do it. If you want a touch of blue, I got you. Those are light backgrounds, 40 strips, 2.5 by width of fabric with a delicate touches of blues and teals. Perfect for any of your project if you need a light towards dark, and this roll will give you plenty of those fabrics. So those are 2 new ones that we have it. Also only available through our website. I chose those fabrics, and we also cut 2 layer cakes to match those, and I cannot wait to show you some quilt ideas. But this is the most asked product that we have had. MOA backgrounds, MOA lights. Do you have anything? So I went and chose ones that I use it all the time. We pre-cut package them for you. I hope you get some of those, like I said, from laundrybasketquilts.com. They are wonderful. I'm gonna put them to the side, and they are beautifully packed. I open one so you can see it. This is the 4.5. Look at the pieces, all beautifully pre-cut. And I just want to bring to your attention, we have a straight cut on it, not a zigzag, straight cut, so that way they are exactly what you needed. So I hope you would enjoy those. But now let's get right into what I prepared for you. Today, our show is all about rainbow. And Erin is just pointing to me. She reminded me that there were 3 things that I wanted to address with you. First, our mystery, remember Monday email. 2, what's new on Laundry Basket Quilts. 3, our block of the month. We are in the middle of shipping all of the blocks of the month for Anna's Baskets. The video is coming out to help you guys put your blocks together. This block of the month is spectacular. I congratulate anybody that joined us in and took the initiative to quilt with me. It is not going to be easy at some times, but guess what? I'm gonna walk you through it and teach you all the fun things that I know about baskets. And I hope you celebrate Laundry Basket with Anna's Basket with me. So I can't wait to start it. And already we got some comments. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm so excited for you. We are shipping, the blocks start shipping yesterday. We are shipping today. There's so many to go out. We are thankful and super excited for this 8-month journey with you for our Anna's Basket block of the month. So that's all for those 3 things that I'm supposed to tell you about it. And let's get what we wanted to do today. Guess what? Today's show is all about rainbow. I thought last time I saw you guys, you were so happy to see beautiful flowers. And guess what? Spring showers bring flowers, but also brings beautiful rainbows. And I love rainbow quilt. I still remember when I just started quilting, my mother-in-law handed me a handful of solids, and I made my first rainbow quilt. It was a simple 9-patch. And I tell you what, that recipe stuck with me for so long. And lately, you notice there's a lot of beautiful fabrics that are just wonderful to make a rainbow quilts. And one of the fabrics that I love making rainbow quilts with it is our linen texture collection. Those are beautiful solids with a little bit of a texture on it printed. Those are not linen, they're just printed to look like it. And linen texture too is coming out shortly to our store. So those quilts, those fabrics are perfect for beautiful rainbow quilt. But you can take any fabric, arrange them in a rainbow arrangement, and have a lovely quilt. We have some smaller projects to share with you, like pillows from our Pillow Talk book, or this wonderful quilt that is on my table called Summer Village, and we do have kits for this quilt. And now let me take you in a rainbow world, and we're gonna start with our Summer Village. I love this quilt. Anybody that joined me for Winter Village know that these blocks were so much fun to do it. They're simple houses blocks. They are just wonderful, and I add a touch of applique with branches and flowers to my Summer Village, where on my Winter Village I had branches and birds, and that one was just in blue and white. Look how beautifully I shaded it. I started with my reds, I placed my yellows, greens, and blues all the way in the bottom. When I'm organizing quilt like this, I lay my block and I step back and look at how it shades, how things are moving through the quilt. Sometimes you can start with a center and go out. I prefer starting in one corner and floating it down with all those beautiful fabrics. Isn't that lovely? So this one is the Summer Village. Perfect for a beginner or advanced quilter. This quilt truly is spectacular for that. And speaking of 9 patches, look at this cute quilt called Rainbow Nest, and it was based on one of my books, and this is a children's book with a wonderful children's story about mom that is getting ready for her baby, and she's making a quilt, and in the meantime a little bird outside is picking some of the little swatches and putting in her nest and getting ready for her little chickadees. Oh, I enjoy putting this book together so much, and it's illustrated with my fabrics. And also in the back of the book, you have a pattern for this cute little quilt. And yes, we will have kits on our website for this one. We're just cutting them. I just picked those fabrics, so be patient. We're gonna launch them probably today, tomorrow. You will get to see the kit. So if you want it, we will have those. Look how wonderful. And again, I'm creating little 9 patches and shading it from one color to the other, going through it. In the center, you have an applique. Do not fear. We have this applique already pre-cut. You just press it and fuse it. And I did mine with a raw edge applique. That means I fused it down and stitched 1/8 away from the edges, so that edges are raw. But because the batiks and the laser cut, they don't fray as much as a regular fabric. So this one calls Rainbow Nest, and it's perfect for anybody that wanted to enjoy some rainbow in the household. It does not only have to be for children. I know a lot of you guys love rainbows. Picking a rainbow stash fabric, so picking a nice collection of fabric, but then mixing and matching and putting them anywhere would take you on a sweet ride. And yes, that's the name of this quilt, a sweet ride, a cute little car quilt, but all the fabrics are multicolors, beautiful, and this collection had that rainbow feel to it. It was a jelly bean collection. We do not have that one anymore, but we do have beautiful their Aloha batiks that I have here on the table. Let me reach and grab a bundle that could be very nice for this quilt, or you can just use any scraps that you have. So this one again is done with fusible applique, and we have a beautiful pattern and a stencil that you can make this quilt. And I love, I've seen this quilt just made 3 cars by 4 cars for a little boy. Oh, it was cute, so cute. Speaking of rainbow, our variegated threads, you've seen this quilt once before, but I had to bring it again because this is a perfect example of a rainbow quilt where all the colors are floating and playing with each other, and every time you look at the spools, you can see that shading, just like you would crinkle your eyes and look into a rainbow after a beautiful spring shower. Sweet, those little sweet houses, Sugar Shack, sure gonna cost you some sweet tooth. This one is made with a charm packs, so you have little squares, and 4 of them make one house, then 2 of them added with a light make the roof. Super simple. Windows are appliqued right over, so this is a really easy and fun quilt to make. I add a little jelly bean package to this project and add a little branches of applique and birds. Really fun and exciting. And I think houses are right now are so in and so popular, and again depends on a background. If you use more lighter background, all the colors gonna pop out and gonna be much more contrast and striking, where I like the muted tea-dye backgrounds, so for me it shades it right down. Oh yes, I could not help myself but take few minutes again and talk to you about this quilt. So many of you have requested that I spend a little bit more time and tell you about this one. It looks difficult, doesn't it? But don't you fear, it's not as difficult as it looks. There are diamonds, larger diamonds in this quilt that you repeat over and over, and this is how you create this quilt in sections. So don't look at the whole quilt, tackle one section at a time, make your diamonds, sew them together to panels, sew your panels together, trim off the outside, and you're gonna have one amazing quilt. And this one calls Wild West. And one of the first rainbow arrangement kind of quilt, you do not have a full rainbow to it, but quite a bit. You have the reds, you have the greens, you have the blues, was my Bethlehem Star. This is where I learned how to shade, how to float my fabric, where to find that connection. And the Bethlehem Star, it's still one of my personal favorite as I want to display or make a beautiful quilt. Dreaming in color will stop your day. You're going to be taking an afternoon a low nap and wanting to dream in these colors. So I was just told that my necklace is making a lot of noise. So what I'm gonna do, I put it on because I thought it's gonna bring the rainbow colors. I'm gonna take it off because it's making noises on the microphone. Next time when you see me, I will wear my necklace, but for the show, I have to take it off. You have not helped the situation here, and I do not want to disturb you. I want you to enjoy this. Look at this dreaming in color, wonderful hand-dyed batiks, all floating together, having this perfect shades of rainbow colors. It looks low tea-dye, low, you know, like a watered down, because notice the rainbow is not really strong or bright. It's very delicate. So look at this quilt. Isn't that wonderful? One of the first quilts I have made. I enjoyed that one so much. Nice big blocks, perfect. What about sewing basket and our linen texture rainbow in that one? Isn't it beautiful? Look at it, how I place my fabric, the greens with a touch of purples. I put all my reds together. When you have a strong colors, you sometimes wonder, how do you put them together? Use your color wheel, number one, or use a similar shades. So reds with yellows and oranges make a beautiful basket, or you want a low accent of purple against a green. So this is how I arrange this cutie sewing basket. Look at this one. Oh, the rainbow again in a low sawtooth star, starting in this corner, floating it down. As I was making this quilt, I made all my blocks, lined them up on my design wall, look back, move some things around, and was happy with the rainbow that end up on my design wall. And then just put it together. Did you ever seen this quilt? This one calls Lollipop, a little taste of rainbow. One of the first fabric I ever designed. And when I designed this collection, this was the reject from my Dreaming in Color collection. What a wonderful group of fabric. I could not say goodbye to it. Even that they never made a collection, I took the little tiny swatches, put it together into lollipops, applique onto the background, and we do have a kit for Lollipop. It's not the same fabrics, I'm so sorry. Those were just tiny little swatches that I was able to harvest and put into my quilts. But it's still wonderful, wonderful project, wonderful quilt to play if you want to play with a little rainbow. And the last quilt that I prepare for you called Dresden Bloom. Look at this beauty. Again, that beautiful reds and green that were in a bundle selected as a rainbow end up in this beautiful quilt, and the background sets the mood for this one. If you want to make this quilt, I have a great video on our YouTube channel called Dresden Star. And in that video, I teach you how to make those extra glows and extra points into all your little pieces right here, all the little blades right there. The yellow anchor up the scrappiness and gives that sunshine to your rainbow. Erin, do we have any questions today?
Yes, our first question is going to be, do you only work on one quilt at a time, or do you have multiples that you work on at a time?
You know, lately I have been working on multiple things at a time simply because I end up in so many different places. I do like to finish my projects. The noise that you're hearing, the guys chose today to do a little landscaping, so I apologize for that. But back to the question, I work on many projects at the same time. Sometimes I do something by hand, so that way I can take the project with me. If I'm in a studio, I have a machine right here, so I work on a project right here, and I have a different machine at home, so I work on that project right out there. So I have to say, many projects at the same time, but I am very good with finishing things. I make point to do that.
Our next question, Luis is wondering, do you work on all of your quilts yourself, all of the cutting, sewing, quilting, binding, or do you have some little helpers along the way?
So most of the quilts that I do it myself. Long time ago, I said to myself, the day I stop making my own quilts, this would be the day I will stop doing this as a business, because the joy of making quilts is what it started it all. I can't give that up, you know, because with a growing business, you sometimes shift it and start, you know, losing the time you doing other things. But now that's why I'm a little bit slower in putting out some of the projects, because there are so many different things that I have to do for the laundry basket quilt business, as well as making the quilts. But yes, for now, I'm still making my own quilts. There's sometimes things that I do, like fabric exchanges, where I exchange half square triangles or 9 patches with my friends. So you find some of those in my quilts. But 99%, yes, those hands are doing it all. I do have a friend, Julie Lilla, that helped quilt quite a few of my quilts in the past. Last few years, I have been quilting all my own quilts, simply because I moved away from Julie. And a lot of times it's, you know, last minute, and I just put it on a frame and quilt it. If Julie would have been close, I would have pulled her right into my quilting.
Oh, another question from Robin. She's curious, how long does it take you to design a fabric line?
So usually it takes 6 months to design, it takes me between 2 to 3 weeks to design a fabric. Then I submit it. Then the fabric is being, all the artwork is being done in New York at Andover. I have an amazing group of people that I work. The team is unbelievable. Once everything is finalized, the fabric goes to the mills, and 6 months later, you guys get to enjoy it. So it's between 6 to 9 months, depends on the fabric, depends what we're doing. I cannot wait for you to see what we're doing next. It is unbelievable, amazing. But for now, this month, seamstress is coming in, linen texture too are coming in, stunning fabrics. I'm gonna ask Mike if he can please go over there and grab one of our bolts. They're on the top shelf from our seamstress collection. I can't wait for you to see those fabrics. They are just beautiful, and a lot of you are getting them in your block of the month. So that is the newest fabrics that we have out. And we have so many. Little Sweetheart is coming in. We have batiks. Remember, I promised you in the fall you're gonna see our splash of color batiks. They were best sellers, and for all your rainbow projects, they're gonna be perfect. So I'm super excited for that.
And our last question, what, if you would call it training, prepared you to be a full-time quilter?
Oh, that's a really good one. I think it's the training of my mother telling me to finish things. That's number one. And just hardworking. Those are the things that, you know, fall into any category to do anything. If you want to succeed, if you want to do something, never quit, never give up, and you will succeed. Oh, I'm so excited. Michael brought some fabrics. He grabbed a few of his favorite. Come over right here. Thank you, Michael. Look at this piece of fabric. I'm gonna quickly take this off so you see it, the plastic. Look at these colors. Isn't it beautiful? This is how the fabric comes in. It has 2 strips holding the fabric in place and a beautifully wrapped. Look at how beautiful the colors are. So we have quite a few. Michael grabbed some of the light ones. Look at these delicate ones. I love this. And this, isn't that a beauty? Let me take this again so it doesn't shine and you get to see it. Look at that little medallion. This is gonna be perfect for all my hexagon girls. And speaking of hexagons, we have a new pre-cut coming out, a little hexagons that are already pre-cut in a little boxes for our quilters dozen. So I hope you're waiting for those. Look at this beauty, a tiny little polka dot, all those beautiful things. So I am so excited for you. I cannot wait for you to get some of those fabrics and enjoy it. I want to show you 2 more rainbow projects before I go, and one of them is this beautiful table runner. Look at how simple, isn't it? This is not a full spectrum of rainbow. It's just the warm colors, but you could do a table runner with warm, with cold. You do 2 strips. Notice they're beautifully balanced. Look how wonderful that looks. And this is based on 2.5-inch strips. So this is a one project, and another one that I want to pull it out is stuck right here. Another little rainbow project, and this one is done with Charm Pack. I hope you enjoyed this show. Please sign up for our newsletter, remember Monday, and if you please can subscribe to our YouTube channel so you are able to watch this kind of shows every week on Thursday with me. I very much appreciate and look forward to see you guys. Happy quilting!